Hey, welcome back to No Hype Beer Reviews. Unless it's your first time, then welcome. Please consider subscribing. If you do, hit that notification bell, get all the updates. I am so excited for today's video. It's Saturday, and on Saturdays I drink something off the shelves of my cellar, so I call it Cellar Saturday. It's a local beer, another reason I'm excited. And I had this beer relatively fresh. So this was released December 2019. It is currently January of 2022, so just over 2 years. And I would have had this sooner, but I went to a beer festival. It was all barrel-aged beers, and got to try this. So I'm like, man, I got to try it pretty fresh. So I think this bottle I'll age, and then that time is now. I have proper glassware also, so yeah, super excited. Full disclosure too, I was given this beer by the brewery. And I'm super excited too because they just opened their new tap room. And I was going to go up, and then my daughter got COVID, and she lives with us, and I was like, man, I should probably not go up there, even though I didn't catch it as well. So probably, hopefully within the next month, I can get an opportunity to go up there and check out their new space, because I'm really excited for them. It's awesome. You may know, I've reviewed a decent number of their beers if you watch the channel pretty regularly. They're the ones who do the Warheads beers, which is probably the most famous thing. But they have some really nice, IPAs, double IPAs, and one of the best triples I've had actually was from them. So it was cool to, have such a good beer that was local. I'm realizing that this this has been in there for a couple years. Maybe I can get a better grip with a little paper towel assist, and maybe I'll need the paper towel. Yep, that's coming right off. That's a good sign. That's a good sign. Smoke coming out, and it's not foaming over. Smells corky. All right. Oh, I didn't even say what this beer was. I'm so excited for it. And I was like, man, I got to get into this. So it's the barrel-aged version of their Whole Lot of Trouble, which is a Belgian-style quadruple ale. So I have had the base beer also, which I thought was excellent. They actually won an award with it. I love Belgian-style beers. There's a bunch behind me. Big fan. Love quads. And this comes in 11.5% ABV. And I will be sipping on this a lot, or not a lot, sipping on this evening for a while. This probably doesn't fit these guys, does it? Yeah. So just a little bit for the review, and a little bit more for the review. Speaking of local, I'm going to continue drinking this off this camera, but later I'm going to be doing a video, like a virtual happy hour with another local person, stories from the bar. And make sure you check him out also. He does a podcast and all that. So yeah, it definitely looks like a quad. It's a deep, dark brown. It is not black. You can't see through it. Awesome head retention, just over a finger of head. And it's, I'd say it's a little dark khaki, right? Pretty darn compact bubbles. On the top, they're starting to break up. Some peaks and valleys. I think probably more of that to come if I let that sit. But instead, I'm going to sniff it and then drink it. Let's get into that aroma. Yeah, that's nice. So you get the unmistakable, Belgian yeasty kind of vibe. You get those fall and winter baking spices for sure. You get like the, how like Omegang will add a nutmeg, clove, whatever, right? Because you get a little bit from the beer itself, so we're going to up it with the addition of those spices. If I remember correctly, this doesn't have any spices. Actually, I'm like 1,000% positive. This doesn't have any spices added, but you're still getting those so big. It's awesome. I get a kiss of the spirit, but I do get the oak, which is really nice addition to the sweet fruitiness of the beer. It's a little cherry, a little grape, a little bit about me when I drink quads. I love it when there's a grapey note. It's one of the things that I gravitate towards is that grape juice thing that they can get. I'm getting a little bit of that in the aroma. Some sweet caramel. A little bit of bran muffins. So which I don't know. It just smells really good. Let's get into the taste. Cheers. That is nice. Creamy. That mouthfeel. So spot on. Yeah. That's fantastic. It follows the nose really well. Some different intensities, but it's all there. Also, a nice little vanilla note I didn't get in the aroma, probably from the barrel aging. Nice level of oak, not overdone. Okay, actually, here's the difference between barrel. Speaking of vanilla, and it's something that I didn't get in the aroma. A little bit of chocolate on the taste. I didn't get in the aroma either. Very, very subtle, but it is there. But other than those two things, it really follows the nose. It has that like brown bread kind of a thing. It has sweetness, including like caramelized sugar, like caramel specifically. Just a little whisper of the alcohol, which is helping dry it out. Not that it's an overly sweet beer, but like the barrel aging, helping dry it out a little bit. You get a little bit of that cherry. You get some of those fall and winter baking spices. There is a little bit of grape thing that I mentioned that I like. And definitely, it was 2 years ago I went to that beer fest. And you can imagine being at a beer festival where everything is barrel aged and even doing like the little pours. It adds up and you kind of forget. So I don't remember too many specifics of it. What I can say that for sure, 2 years, in the bottle, if there were any sharp edges, it has really rounded and melded in these flavors. Although unique and distinct flavors, they're really melding together and making a very cohesive drinking experience. It's really good. It's really, I won't name names, but like, there's been some barrel-aged quads that I've had that have let me down, and it might be a style that, maybe it's just the ones I've had that are more miss than hit. Usually I don't think they're as good as the non-barrel-aged one, whereas this, I think the barrel aging has increased the deliciousness of it. Yeah, and again, that creaminess that you want in this style. Just awesome level of carbonation. Man. Also, with all the sweet things going, again, it's not overly sweet, but all the sweet things going on with some of those drying elements I mentioned, it's not soy saucy, but there's the beginnings of, and it's connected to that, like, again, like a bran muffin, almost actually like a little bit of like rye, like subtle savoriness that again just is bringing complexity, balance to this beer. It's really good, and it has held up, not even just held up well for 2 years. I mean, I think it really has just really brought this beer together. I don't know, it's so pleasant. Kind of wish my wife liked this style because I'd like to share it with her, but she does not like this style. But yeah, delicious beer, aged beautifully. I've had more hits than misses with these aged beers I do on Saturdays, so I'm glad to add this to the hit category because I've definitely had more hits than misses, and this is definitely a hit. If you ever see artisanal stuff, grab it. Like they make a lot of different styles and they do them well. Let's see, so be on the lookout for that. Let's see, have you had this beer before? Have you had a quad, a Belgian style quad lately? What are your thoughts on barrel aging Belgian style quads? I don't know. Anything, everything, comment section below. Let's get a conversation going. Once you're done doing that, make sure you check me out on Instagram and Untappd. It's No Hype Beer Reviews at both of those places. So always please like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, imbibe. Cheers, everyone.